Hello everyone, I am Prairie Vintage Jewelry and I am back today with another video, and I am super excited to do this reading. It is the Lenormand cards, and we will be taking a look at your situation, your circumstance, and any messages from Spirit that wants to come through. It will be a quick video, but we will be keeping it concise. And this is my first video using the Lenormand cards solely for a reading, so we'll see what comes out, and I'm super excited. So you may want to pick pile number 1 here with the gold hoop, pile number 2 here with the purple gemstone, or pile number 3 with these orangey yellow flowers. And take a look at these 3 piles. You'll be drawn to one, and if you're drawn to more than one, feel free to check out the other pile, but one pile will be speaking more to you, or you will be drawn more to that pile, and there will be messages in there from Spirit to you. And yeah, so we'll see you shortly. All right, so pile number 1, we will get started with your pile, which is this one right here. If you picked the gold hoop and the Lenormand oracle, then this is your pile. So we will ask Spirit for a clear, concise message for pile number 1 regarding their situation, their circumstance, and see what comes up. So we do have the card number 26, which is the book. And we do have card 13 here, which is the child card. Card number 12 here, which is the birds. We do have card 35 here, which is the anchor, and I'm dropping cards. We will take it. So we do have the house, which is card number 4. We will move this over actually right here. These cards up. Card number 8, which is the coffin. And one more row, Spirit. We do have the fox. Scary looking fox. We have the bear. And we do have the garden. All right, now I just want to make 100% certain that this is the garden. So card 22. Card 22 is the path. So it is not the garden. Okay, well, good thing I didn't read it as the garden, but we will see what we see. So energies from Spirit. I'd like to thank Spirit for giving us clear, concise message. We are so grateful, and I'd like to thank pile number 1 for allowing me to tap into your energy and picking up what Spirit has to share with you today. So taking a look at this, we have the book, the child, and the bird. So the book does speak of secrets, hidden secrets, or knowledge that comes to light. Now there is a child here, and child can mean a literal child or an immaturity. There could be something coming to light in regards to maybe the immaturity of a situation. And the fact that we have birds here, the birds are really speaking about communication. So with the book reinforced here by the birds, there could be communication coming in form of writing that may be immature, or that this has happened in the past, because we are looking at a situation or a circumstance. So potentially you got some communication from someone that was maybe immature, that you weren't expecting, and that came as a surprise as hidden knowledge of maybe communications you weren't expecting to hear. And then we'll take a look at the book, the house, and the path, which I was going to read as the garden. But with the book, again, speaking of secrets in this house, the house really, speaks of family and foundation. It could very well be that the uncovering the secret has changed the directions of maybe the stability of what one would call home. And with the path, you have multiple, I guess, options or choice, an option to be made, a path to be taken. I feel with the house and the path that, that would be a very indicator here that there's a decision that needs to be made in regards to one's maybe stable place or where one calls home. And maybe the information that was provided, the hidden information, has allowed you to make a decision regarding your stability or your family or your what you call home. Now, with the anchor, home, and coffin, the anchor does speak of stability and grounding and, being anchored to a connection or to something. With home also reinforcing that it's a stable family life. But the fact that we have the coffin right after, it's the end of, this stable family life, or maybe the stable foundation. Now, I am picking up from these cards here that this is potentially a connection of sorts that was like home or like a family type union that now has come to an end, or the death of a relationship. The communication which came as a surprise could have been immature, which led to the end of a stable and secure family or home-like connection. Now, we do have the book, the anchor, and the fox. The book, again, reinforcing the secrets coming out, maybe of the stability that, was once there. With the fox, it speaks of slyness or trickiness, but it can also speak of work. The fox does speak of, career, but I am picking up that this sneaky fox may have jeopardized the stability within the connection or the stability of the family home, that was this hidden truth that's come to light. Okay, and then we have with the fox, the bear, and the path. Fox again meaning sneakiness or slyness, but also with work, and bear being that you've been able to power through. A bear does speak of a strong type person, but it could be a very egoic type person as well. That is kind of maybe the sly one in the situation, or the one calling all the shots here, that has made it so that now there is a path, a pathway, or two options of a way to go within your connection. I do also sense from the bear that you as an individual were able to power through this situation, and if you haven't, you will have the ability to be like a bear and power through the situation to make the right choice and take the right path or options. Okay, so with the child, house, and bear, we have this child either representing a literal child or an immaturity. I do sense with this there is a immaturity within the foundational home, stability within a connection that has been brought about by this bear type personality individual. And then with the bird, coffin, and the path, that there will be an end to the communications. Usually with bird could be gossip as well, but communicating, networking, a lot of people, is just an end to that period where there needs to be a choice to be had to pick a pathway and to choose which way you want to go in this situation. So I do see this for pile number one. We will pull advice cards. I wasn't intending on doing that, but leaving this open just seems very open-ended. Thank you, Spirit, for that experience. Like I said, this is my first time reading Lenormand cards, so I'm hoping that this made sense to somebody out there. If this did not, please jump to pile number 2 or pile number 3. For your advice card, we got freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. This does go beautifully with this reading because really, you know, the path here does speak of freedom of choice, a choice to pick your own path, to possess the power, to be free, maybe not to be anchored down to a situation. Maybe this hidden truth has come out that has allowed you the freedom now to make a choice, an option, and that this empowers you to be free and to be happy, to create your own happiness and not be dependent maybe on someone who wasn't ready or is immature or has lied or maybe misrepresented a situation. So this is what I see for pile number 1. Thank you so much. I am so blessed that you came to visit me. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you don't like this video, leave me a comment either which way. I'd love to hear your feedback, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Love and light. Hello, beautiful people of pile number 2. If you pick this purple gemstone, then this will be your reading. We are doing a quick but concise reading in your situation using the Lenormand cards. And I just wanted to thank those of you guys who have booked private readings with me. I am so blessed and so grateful. And today we are very grateful to Spirit for the concise message that we have for pile number 2. And pile number 2, I am so blessed and grateful that you allow me to tap into your energy and do this reading for you. If this doesn't resonate, please check out pile number 1 or pile number 3. This is my first video recording with the Lenormand card, so I'm hoping that these messages will be clear and concise to somebody out there. So Spirit, we ask that for pile number 2, we get a clear and concise message for their situation. So we've got the moon, we've got the clouds, we've got the lady, we've got the fish, and we've got the gentleman, got the anchor, and we've got the whip, we've got the bouquet, and we've got the child. And the child came out in the first pile here. Now I do want clarity around one card here. Just bear with me. It's the wrong booklet. Okay, so before I do your reading, okay, just taking a look at the fish here with the moon. All right, so the moon speaks of illusions, okay? The moon speaks of fear. The moon speaks of, you know, deep feelings, but illusions, fears with clouds also speaks of illusion. Things aren't very clear. There's obviously very clouded judgment when it comes to your situation. Now with the lady, because it is on this side, I am not seeing you as a lady, so potentially there is another lady individual that is causing confusion within your situation. Some main lady. First person most likely that came into your mind will be the person that is causing this illusion or this chaos. Now I do think that a lot of this chaos might be known, but I am picking up from Spirit that some of this chaos might be unknown, or some hidden confusion that might be happening behind the scenes regarding this person or this lady. We do have here the fish, gentleman, and anchor. Fish speaking of financial abundance. With this gentleman here, there could be a gentleman here with financial stability or financial abundance that is stable, and anchor speaks of the stability and having to be committed and stable with this gentleman is surrounding your circumstance. We do have the whip, bouquet, and child. So the whip here, you know, is one of the more negative cards in this deck. And the whip does speak of pain and, you know, harshness when it comes to situation, but the bouquet is very positive because it's gifts of love. It does speak of abundance and love. So because we have the whip followed by the bouquet, it could be out of pain or out of a painful situation. Maybe love was able to blossom and flourish. With the child here, it could mean an innocence that is now profound in the situation. You know, it could be a literal child or a childish act, but what I'm picking up here is this naive, almost like fool-like energy, stepping into a situation with this naivety and just being very open-minded to a situation. So we have the moon, the gentleman, and the child here. So it could very well be that the confusion, or I guess the illusion around a gentleman is potentially, you know, this either immaturity of this man or the fact that this man is acting in a naive type way. And there is some confusion around why either this man is wondering why there is some naive actions within this circumstance, or there might be confusion why this man is acting in this certain type way. Now, there might be some question around whether this man wants a child as well, or he may be confused whether he wants a child, and there may be confusions or another lady involved with said child. And then I am picking up also for some of you guys that this individual is really the center of the situation, this gentleman, of what's going on right now in your situation and your circumstance. So with the fish, gentleman, and anchor we talked about the whip, bouquet, and the child. Now we're going to go whip, gentleman, and lady. So do feel as though there is again some pain regarding a gentleman that's the center of your situation, and another woman, another lady that is, again, it's coming up as a female energy, but not necessarily if that's not your situation, but it would be what spirit is conveying here, that the painful situation surrounding the gentleman and this lady that are connected in some way together. Now they are kind of looking in the same general direction, so there is this connection or this bond within this gentleman and this lady. There is some confusion coming in here. This there is some money involved. There's some financial status, and maybe securing the financial piece. And it could very well be that the man is naive when it comes to securing his financial abundance, apart from this lady who might be trying to cause some underhanded situations here that's causing pain. Okay, so I will read some advice cards because we did that for pile number 1. Just again, not wanting to leave this open-ended. Spirit, can we get advice card for pile number 2 regarding their situation here and their circumstance? So we got Judgment. Okay, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So potentially what I'm picking up from Spirit is that there might be involvement with a gentleman who is dealing with money issues right now, and that they have their own challenges and how to go about it. And maybe you might be feeling that this individual may be naive or seeing things differently than maybe you see it, or maybe being taken advantage of by this lady, but really Spirit saying it's this person's path to walk, it's this person's experience to go through, and really the judgment can't really be thrown in this person's face, because they will walk their own walk and deal with the own challenges that comes about making the decision that they do make. I do like that there's the bouquet here though, because it does speak of love and innocence, ending with this child, this innocent love blossoming, though we do start with the moon, which is that heavy confusion backed up by the clouds, you know, which just reinforces that all again. So I do want to say thank you so much for pile number 2. If this resonated, please like this video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. If this did not make much sense to your situation, please check out pile number 1 or pile number 3. But feel free to leave a comment as well. I do read my comments, and I am so thankful that you stopped by today. Thank you so much. Love and light. Pile number 2. See you soon. Hello, beautiful pile number 3. If you pick these orangey yellow flowers, then this is your reading. I am so blessed that you're able to stop in today and allow me to pick up on your energy. Today we will be using the Lenormand cards to give a very quick reading but concise reading from Spirit regarding your situation. And we're so grateful to Spirit for allowing us to have a concise message. If this message is not resonating, please check out pile number 1 and pile number 2. So we do have a few cards coming out already. So we have the Gentleman, we have the Tower, we have the Heart, and we have the Sickle, or the Scythe, however you want to call it, same thing. We do have the Path, and that came out in pile number 1, which I thought was a garden. We have the House, that also came out in pile number 1. You might want to check that out. And we have the Key, and we do have the Mice, and that came out in pile number 1 as well. So I have a feeling pile number 1 and 3 may be connected here. And oh, what do you know, it is the Garden. Okay, so I do want to take a look here before I get into the reading, just for this Gentleman card, to make sure this is indeed the Gentleman with card number 28. It is the Gentleman. Okay, just as I thought. So give me a minute. Okay, so I am picking up that in this situation, there is a choice to be made. This is definitely connected to pile number 1, I'm feeling, because there is the path and the choice and the option that's surrounding this whole situation and the circumstance. So I am reading for the collective, so there could be individuals further along or more behind than others regarding the situation. But this Gentleman, which we see here, followed by the Tower, which the Tower speaks of the establishment, right? It could even be like a CEO, a gentleman, someone that's highly established. It could be a government official, somebody of stature. I do just pick up that this is a powerful individual in your life. The fact that we have the Heart here, I do pick up that it is a romantic type connection. Maybe there has been some legalities around finalizing maybe a connection or a relationship, like a marriage or a legal contract of sorts, but there is this Heart here surrounding this Gentleman and a connection. Now I do see with the Gentleman and the Path and the Garden that there is an option here for you know, a path which is going down one way or another, making an option or a choice, and one of the choices being Gentleman, this person, or this social networking of individuals. With the Garden, you're getting just a group of individuals with socializing and maybe what I'm picking up is playing the field. So could very well be choosing this gentleman or going and re-entering the pool of suitors or networking amongst, you know, other individuals. Now with the gentleman, the scythe, and the key, I am getting that cutting off this gentleman is really the key to potentially making the right decision or the right choice. So, you know, if your intuition is telling you that you want to move forward from this gentleman and that you need to cut things off, then potentially your intuition is accurate, because the key does speak of solutions and answers. And that could very well be what needs to happen here. Or, you know, maybe the gentleman has cut off connection with you, and now you are able to free yourself to make decision to enter this pool of networking or dating or what have you. It could very well be that the gentleman cut off the connection, or it could be spirit saying to cut off the connection with the gentleman. But either which way, the outcome result would be this key when reading the cards that way. So now when we look at the scythe, the path, and the house, we have, you know, once this cutoff happens, deciding to choose stability in home and self and security is kind of the best route to take when it comes to this option. You know, maybe being forced to make an option, being forced to down the pathway to make an option and to choose that stability and that you know, security of home is really what spirit is trying to communicate within that row. Now we have key, mouse, and garden. So key really being, you know, the answer or solution, but we have, when we have the mice here, it really speaks of that nagging, annoyance of, you know, pestering at us. So maybe it could very well be that we weren't ready to move on with the solution, or understand spirit, you know, is giving us this key or the solution, but there's something nagging at you about that whole situation or that circumstance. Maybe there was no closure with this gentleman, and you know, maybe networking now or going back into a pool of suitors or getting back out there to socialize is maybe not favorable or not desired right now, and it's not really what maybe you intended on doing. I just feel like with this key starting off that this is really the solution to maybe breaking free from maybe the headspace or situation. Okay, so with the tower, the path, and the mice, I feel like, you know, the tower can also represent time, but usually it's establishment. And I just feel like with this reading here, it's like in time, this solution, you know, or I guess this option of choosing a certain pathway, you might feel like might make the wrong decision or the wrong choice, or choose the path that might be causing grief, or that you just kind of have to go down the path of grief and annoyance in order to get to where it is you want to do. I just feel like with this tower is really more time. But if we are talking about, you know, establishment, maybe it could very well be to upgrade oneself in life, and establishing oneself, that they'll have to make their proper option to choose the path, even though it could be one that is not looking the greatest with these mice here, right? Being like an annoyance, or just a more, yeah, an annoyance, or a very difficult path that one might not want to choose, the, you know, the least desired path, if you will. With the heart, the house, and the garden, I just feel like the heart speaking of this love and, you know, romance and connection, with the house stabilizing this and making this kind of more solidified. The option here is to socialize and to be able to you know, connect with other individuals is really what Spirit is saying here in this column. So that's what I'm picking up for pile number 3. Now we will pull some advice cards for pile number 3, or I should say an advice card for pile number 3, and see what Spirit wants to communicate here. So we have honesty. So I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So I think if there has been any sort of things that you've been telling yourself, maybe avoidance of the truth. I know for pile number 1, which I encourage pile number 3, go check out. We have the moon, the clouds, there's a lot of illusion, maybe, you know, things we tell ourselves that aren't true, or that we want to believe are true that aren't true, and facing these realities and being honest. So even though there may be other situational people involved that might be dishonest or causing this dishonesty or not being upfront, we can always be honest in the decisions that we make and be honest with ourselves. And I don't feel like what I was picking up from this pile that, you know, you have always been honest within yourself, but with this stage, that cutting off whatever gentleman or negativity was going on here is allowing yourself to be honest, whether it was by force or by option. You are now able to honestly look within your situation to make a decision that's going to drive yourself forward from this position. But anyway, this is what I have for pile number 3. I hope this made sense to you guys. If this did not resonate, you might want to check out the other 2 piles. It might be more in your energy house. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any feedback, comments, whatever, please leave a message here. And I am so thankful to those of you guys who have reached out to me for a private reading. Thank you so very much. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so already. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Love and light, and bless you. See you next time. Bye.